Man, Brian, it's been tough. A whole year we haven't had any comic conventions.
Well, Mark, I have news for you, buddy.
I mean, how do you get rid of all that stuff that's behind you? You got tons of stuff.
Hold on. I got big news. Big news.
All right. What do you got?
East of the River Comic Book and Collectibles Show is returning.
Oh, man.
June 27th from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It's only $1 to get in. And they're going to be doing early bird at 8 a.m. for $3. This is like huge. We're coming back.
It's huge.
Yeah, but the craziest thing is this is going to be one of the biggest locations ever, the safest locations ever. Sports on 66. It's an indoor sports facility, so everybody has plenty of space.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that place. It has like a soccer field. It has a basketball court.
Yeah.
There's gonna be tons of space in there.
It's in East Hampton, Connecticut. We have flyers online. There's a Facebook page, an event page. You just type in East of the River Comic Book and Collectibles Show. You'll see it. Join it. It has all the information, all the updates from Scott Pellin, and he's actually looking for vendors right now.
And he's gonna have a lot of space for vendors, so get in there now if you got a chance.
Yes. So if you are interested in being a vendor or interested in going to the show, find us on Facebook at East of the River Comic Book Collectibles Show. Message Scott, and hopefully he'll get you a space. We'll keep everybody posted here weekly about how everything's going, and we hope to see you at the show.
Hello, welcome to Geekonomics, where we're recording from opposite sides of the room today. It looks like you're on one side of the room and I'm on the other side of the room. But no, Brian's in a different location today than his usual cave that he does the show from. He's in
my man cave.
Yeah, today he's in his cat house. As you can see the cat tower behind him.
The cat house, baby.
The cat house.
I'm doing the books for the cat house I run. A lot of catnip has been used.
Yes. Ooh.
Can you explain all these streets, Mr. Peepers?
Do you want your money? Then shut up. Sorry, that's my cat lady voice I used to do for Claire when she worked at Walgreens. I made this voice that I'd call her up and be like, "Excuse me, I have coupons for Fancy Feast. Do they work in your store?"
They're 5 years expired.
They're 5 years expired. Do you still accept these coupons? I'd like to talk to your manager, please.
Been holding on to them for a rainy day, and it happens to be raining today.
My cat only likes Fancy Feast.
We buy Fancy Feast.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
We're Fancy Feast.
You're fancy.
Fancy
it's
Feast.
It's a fancy feast every night.
Yeah.
At the
Kazaska.
Casa de Kazaska.
So Mark, we got a lot to talk about, but how I know today, Tuesday, the day of recording, is a big day for you. You're getting your first shot.
I'm getting my first vaccine today. Yes.
And before recording, you did mention to me we share a fear of needles.
Yes. Like for me, it's like a ridiculous fear of needles. I can't even watch like on TV people getting a shot. Like even in commercials, if they're like, "Oh, make sure you get your shot for the bit," I'm like, no. I can't even look at it. I turn away from the screen. Even if animals are getting shots, I can't handle.
Yeah, I don't
like needles at all. Not even sewing. I don't even like watching people sew.
You might. I mean, I have a fear of needles to the point where I have a physical every year or every 2 years. But they go, you got to go upstairs and give blood so they can do blood work. I never do blood work, and I forget. I forget to do it.
We had to do it this year. We do like at work. They have a thing called Know Your Numbers, but it was all at home this year.
Right.
Usually, you have to go into like one of those Quest diagnostics places.
Right.
But they just make you have to prick your finger and then just put on like a card.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So Claire did hers, like no problem. Bing, bing. She was done, and she's like, "Okay, now it's your turn." I'm like, "Okay, just do it quick." I'm not.
Well, it's got that
like
little thing.
pinch another finger, and then do it. And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just do it." It's like, "Well, you have to look to put it on the thing." I'm like, "No, just take my hand and put it on the card." I don't want to. I can't.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it right now, I'm like getting like stiff and tense.
I'll tell you a horror story. A long time ago,
I have so many.
I got my physical and I have to get my blood drawn. And at the time, I wasn't eating and I didn't really have breakfast. And they say you should fast. Please, don't eat anything. So I come in to the doctor's office. They sit me down and they pull the needle out to draw blood. Now, drawing blood is a little bit more labor intensive than just getting
they have to find a vein. And
so they put the thing around me.
Yeah.
They about to put the needle in. I passed out and I fell over, knocking down the tray that had
all the stuff on it.
The vial of the little blood it got from me.
Yeah.
And the woman, I woke up laying in this bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she's like slapping me. Are you okay? Are you okay? Right. I'm like, I didn't know what happened. That has scarred me. This happened in my early 20s. I'm now 41, and I still think about it.
I have one better than that. As everyone knows on the podcast, we've talked about it multiple times. I broke my ankle. Well, when I went to get my surgery, of course, my mom came with me, and Kylie came with us for some reason. I don't remember why she was with us. But the nurse at the time was talking to my mom and Kylie. And at the time, Kylie was thinking about becoming a nurse. So the nurse turns to Kylie and goes, "Oh, do you want me to show you how to put the needle in? I'll let you do it." I'm like, I will punch every person in this place right now to let my sister try to jab me with a needle right now.
I don't think they could do that.
She was like, "I'll like walk you through it," and like she's like literally gonna hold her hand and like have her, I'm like, no, like show her how to find a vein and everything. I'm like,
yeah. Finding a vein is the worst. I remember when my wife was in the hospital a couple years ago, there was this German woman and at Hartford Hospital.
Oh yeah, Allison told me this story.
Well, she's the blood lady. She was trying to find a place.
I think you've told me this story before.
She ripped her vein and there was a pool of blood on.
Yeah.
And this one didn't phase her. She's just like bam, bam, blood
like
everywhere.
A pincushion. Yeah.
So when we went back to the hospital when Allison was dealing with her medical problems, first thing she said is, "I don't want her.
Yeah.
Please get someone else." And they got
someone nicer, please.
Yeah, because I mean it was horrible. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of needles. I got my flu shot this past winter because of COVID, and I get one every year, but it was kind of mentally getting me ready for my COVID shot.
I don't think anything's going to get me mentally ready. I don't think.
Also, this is what you do, Mark. I realized a couple years ago, I got over my fear. I had Allison. We went to Costco together, and I said, as we're driving there, I said, "Hey, I think they give out flu shots. We should get flu shots." And she said, "That's a great idea." So as we're in there, I started panicking. And I said to her, I go, "You know what? We don't have to. There's kind of a long line. Let's do this some other time." And she literally just goes, "2 flu shots, please." And I was just like, oh. And I had no time to react. I got it done. I was fine.
I mean, I'll admit, I wasn't going to say anything about it, but I will admit Claire's coming home early from work today to drive me there to make sure I actually get it done.
Yeah.
Because she's entrusted I'm actually going to go.
Yeah.
I've already done like you said, I've already done the, well, I can always just postpone it and, figure out a different time that works better for everybody.
You know what? Just think about our friend who got COVID and you feel like, you should get it.
Yeah, no, I know I should get it, but there's always that little voice in your head that's like, we could easily just, run away.
I know. I know. I'm excited to get mine tomorrow, man. I am pumped.
I need to get it. I know I have to. It's just the thought.
I know. Tomorrow, I you know what? Today I say this, but tomorrow I'll be like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Like last night I couldn't fall asleep.
Now,
very difficult.
Just be forewarned. I mean, Allison, she got hers. She had no problems, but her arm hurt like
That's
hell.
what Claire had the same thing. Her arm hurt.
But
They said
other
it's more
people,
of a. I don't know if that's a female. She said Claire said it was more of a female.
well,
Seemed to get the arm
well,
pain.
also everyone's
That could be
different,
wrong.
but
Yeah.
some people, everyone's different. Some people
Yes,
have
they are, Brian.
experienced a fever
Also,
for a
everyone
couple
poops,
hours. Yeah, everyone poops. You can get a fever. You could feel really tired. Like some people, like it wipes them out for like 5 days. So
That's
they
the second
say
one I've heard is more of that. You get more of that with
if
the second
if
one.
the first shot is really bad for you, the second shot might be even worse. But if
Yeah.
the first shot and you really don't have many symptoms and you're fine,
Yeah.
you'll probably be fine the second time. That
Yeah.
seems to be generally.
And the Pfizer one seems to be less of that than the Moderna one. I heard the Moderna one's a little bit more.
They did
Rough.
today. They
I
are
heard.
stopped production of the Johnson & Johnson one.
Sarah actually just booked her. My sister-in-law just booked her appointment for tomorrow for the Johnson & Johnson one.
Well,
And then they
not
came out with a
anymore.
thing saying they're not doing it. So she's like, "Well, I guess I have to find another place."
Well, 6 women got these weird blood clots. So
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They put through 3 vaccines in a year, where it usually takes 8 years. So I mean, things like this.
I mean, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be little things. It's not gonna be perfect.
But 6 people is too many. You know, they're probably like, that's too much. We can't go. We can't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they did that. But I know Hustle's dad got the Johnson & Johnson one.
Yeah.
But it seems to be affecting women with these clots, and hopefully it doesn't go beyond 6. Hopefully that's it.
Yeah, hopefully it stays at a lower number.
But oh man.
Speaking of that, there's not really nice transition out of that. So what we up to this week, Brian?
Well, Mark, I this week I watched the very first 2 episodes of Invincible.
Ooh.
On Amazon Prime.
And
well, the first episode, I was like, this is so boring up until the end.
Yes.
Which I don't want to spoil for anybody.
Yeah. Supposedly, from what I've heard, the comic was the same way, and this is the way that the show's going is not the same timeline as the comic books.
What I read is that it took 6-7 issues to get to that point.
Yeah.
But it's a 45, almost 50-minute episode.
Yeah. They're all like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here, let me take you through I watched the first one. You know, I like the characters. I was just like, okay, where is this going? This is kind of tropey. You know, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
What makes this stand out from everything else? Because right now I'm not that impressed.
Yeah.
Then the last 10 minutes happened, and I was just like, okay, well, that makes me
all right. Well, this just happened.
Yeah, it makes me want to watch the second episode.
Yeah.
I watched the second episode, and yet again, it pulled the same trick where the last couple minutes, it was just like something big happens, and you're like, okay. And I don't want it to keep doing that. I don't want like
it doesn't. But there is a lot of like. As it gets in, like up to like the 3rd or 4th episode, it gets kind of consistent. Like
right. And I mean, this is a week-to-week show. They want you to keep coming back. I get it. I after the second episode, though, I do. You know, I like the characters. I like. I'm invested. So I'll watch episode 3. I know episode 5 just came out. It comes out on Fridays. So I like it. I will keep watching it. My only complaint is I'm not a big fan of the animation. It doesn't do anything for me.
Well, it very much looks like the comic book.
It does. Listen, I joined.
They did a very good job of making basically the comic book like move.
I joined the Reddit board. That's usually a sign when I like something. I'll join the Reddit board. Yeah. So I joined the Reddit board, and I mean, it seems like maybe I'm the outlier here.
You are.
I'm not that crazy about the animation's okay. Like I've seen better animation, but it is consistent with the comic.
They stayed true to the look of the comic book. That's for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? That second, it's really it doesn't make it or break it for me.
Yeah,
It's just,
the fun game is going through it as it's happening, and then they introduce new characters and trying to figure out who the voice is, because there's so many voice actors and so many like people who don't usually do voice acting that are in this.
yeah. Well, I was glad to hear Jason Mazuka.
Oh, is that the guy who plays Rex Sploder?
Yeah.
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 I couldn't think of his name, but I could see his face and everything.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to look it up on IMDb. I'm trying to figure them out on my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Robot is Zachary Quinto.
Oh, I would not have known that.
Yeah,
I don't really
I got
know
that
his
one.
voice. Yeah.
And then of course Invincible Stephen Yen.
Yeah.
Omni-Man is J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, which is
the mom is Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh. Yep.
Adam Eve is Jillian Jacobs from Community.
Yep. She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will try to catch up so we could maybe talk about the series and the finale.
Yeah, because I think there's only 8 episodes, I think.
Okay. So this will end after Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's actually ahead of its episode, so it'll end
right.
I think the week after.
Right.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
What we should do is wait.
Yeah, we'll do a full season the week after Falcon Winter Soldier.
We'll talk about the whole season, and we'll talk about the finale. Yeah, let's do that because because
then after that's Jupiter's Legacy, so we got to get ready for that.
I have no idea what that is.
It's on Netflix.
I won't be watching
it. It looks interesting, but I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it or not.
I don't know.
It's a superhero show coming to Netflix. It was I want to say a Mark Miller graphic novel that they've adapted into a series. They just released the trailer last week.
I don't know. I can't. Too much superhero stuff. I'm gonna get a little superheroed out.
Yeah.
Here.
It's very interesting. There's very interesting actors in it that I'm like, oh, that guy. I remember that guy from.
You know what? I'll let you be the guinea pig, and you can let me know what you think because
I want to say it's Josh Duhamel is the main guy, or Duhamel, whatever his name is.
Josh Homily
from Transformers.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So that was my week, really. Oh, I'm reading Dear Becky from The Boys, which is kind of like a 7-issue arc that just came out before the came out last year into this year, which is really interesting, and how they're bringing back the characters to this day and wrapping some things up. I highly recommend it. And then because I'm falling in love with his work from The Boys, I got into Hitman, which was his first big story. It came out of DC and Batman. So Ainz, now I'm then I'm going to read, because he did Preacher too. I'm going to get into Preacher. I'm going all into his,
all over the place,
all into his catalog. And because I never watched the Preacher TV show, so I feel like
I watched, I think, the first season.
Yeah, I'm going to read the comic.
AMC just kind of got bored with television after that. It seems like.
Well, there's 4 seasons.
I know. Don't know how, but you never heard anything about it after that. They didn't really promote it anything. And I stopped watching Walking Dead, so that's probably why I didn't hear.
That's probably why. But I mean, Seth Rogen,
which is somehow still in the air, but whatever.
Produced The Preacher. He
did.
The Boys. Yeah. He basically all his work.
And he's in Invincible too.
Yeah. I was I recognize that voice.
Yeah, he plays Alan the alien.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, what is going on? This is it's very weird. There's some crazy shit going on here.
It's awesome. I'm all in. I want to as soon as the season's over, I'm gonna read the whole. I think I'm gonna get the comic and read it.
Cool. Yeah. So that's
it's really good.
I like this time of year because I read a lot more. I sit outside and read. It's winter time is video games and shows. Summertime, read. I read. I try to read. But we should talk about, speaking of comics, how we're gonna have.
Well, I've had a good week too, Brian.
How was your week, Mark?
Would you? It was good. Claire I've been leaving Claire alone downstairs when she comes home to work for a couple hours because she's doing since we got off cable, she's been doing show rewatches.
But you don't join her?
No, because the first one was that Claire Danes show.
My So-Called Life.
She watched that.
That
I know
show's
you. I know you love that
amazing.
show. I told her every time she watched it. I'm like, you know who would love to talk about this with you? Brian Kozaska. He loves this show.
It's on Hulu, right? Because
she watched
our friend Irene just rewatched it, and I was just like, I was thinking about buying the DVDs, but then I'm like, oh, it's on streaming now.
Yes,
I'll watch it there.
It's on Hulu, so she finished that.
Why did you watch that?
Because I don't like that show, Brian.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I was a Freaking Geeks guy, not a My So-Called Life guy.
Yeah, but Freaks and Geeks came out when later on. That was 90s.
I know, but I wasn't into that show when it came out.
All right. Anyway, what else is she watching that?
Now she's moved on to Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. She's addicted. Which I know you're anti Josh Whedon, but she likes it, so it makes her happy. So
more power to her.
Yeah. So I, on the other hand, haven't really been watching anything in particular besides Falcon Winter Soldier and Invincible. Basically, is like all I look forward to all week.
Right. Yeah,
I've been like, Zombies basketball season started, so I've been into that and doing a lot of editing and Photoshop work for that. So I've been keeping busy on the old computer stuff.
Speaking of old shows, a show that me and Allison have been watching forever, Law and Order SVU. They brought back Christopher Maloney, came back, baby. Stabler.
He was getting his own show.
Yes. It's all about like
how did I know you'd be excited about this?
Oh my god!
I saw the announcement for it. I'm like, you know who's gonna be excited about this? Brian Kozaska.
It was an event in my household. We watched both of them back to back. It was
you become an old person very quickly. You turn 40 and it just
you don't understand when
you watch women's basketball. You're into Law and Order.
I love Law and Order, but when he left the show, it left a big hole in my heart. I was so sad. This
pandemic has aged you so much.
No, but we've been watching Law and Order together since we've been dating. I mean, we've been watching Law and Order for over 13 years now.
I mean, you literally can watch it any time of day. It's on almost
all
the
time. We've watched the new episodes. I don't need to rewatch it.
Oh, there you go.
We watch it so when he left, it was a big surprise because it was a cliffhanger. They come back in the fall, and he's just gone. And they write him off the show. And now he's back, and he's got his own show. And man, when he came back, man, he had an interrogation scene. It blew the roof off. It was so intense.
It blew the roof off.
He is such a good actor. His acting is just like above everybody on that show.
You should watch Oz.
I want to watch Oz. I've never seen Oz.
How have you never seen Oz?
I was like a little kid. I was like a
teenager.
I watched
Oz. I've seen Oz.
Yeah, but that show came out when I was like a teenager. I didn't have HBO. I didn't have HBO growing up, so I couldn't watch. My parents are going to be like, "You want to watch a show about prison rape? Put it on."
Basically, all the show is.
Yeah, but there's a lot of great actors that came from that.
There's a lot of great actors on that show.
Him
and Casey Jones are both in that, I believe.
Yeah, Simmons is in there.
Yeah, but Casey Jones from the original Turtles, I think, is on it too.
Yeah,
he's now on Chicago PD or whatever it is.
Yeah, Chicago Night. I'm not a big fan of Chicago.
Yeah, that's not a fan of Chicago Night.
It's literally 3 shows that take place in Chicago. I could care less. Give me Law and Order.
It's like Chicago Fire and Ambulance or whatever.
Yeah, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago
EMS.
PMS, EMS.
EMS.
I don't know. Chicago
Transit Authority.
Chicago
what about
Pizza?
Subways?
Deep dish pizza. I don't know. Hey, this is weird.
Chicago Pizzeria.
It's like
2 guys, a girl in Chicago pizza place.
Yeah. They dedicate a whole night to Chicago. It's weird.
They're all the same producer that does Law and Order.
Yeah, Dick Wolf.
That guy's a bazillionaire.
Dick Wolf, baby.
He's writing a bunch of random shows about stuff that no one really cares about. What makes them care about it?
Anyway, so a trailer dropped for Ghostbusters, like a teaser.
Yeah, it was kind of a trailer, kind of a.
Did you see it?
Ad. I don't really know what it was. At first, I thought it was an ad for ice cream or something, but
Well, did you see it?
I have seen it.
Paul Rudd, and
Yes.
he's walking by, and he sees the marshmallows.
Well, he first starts with him at the ice cream cooler.
Yeah.
And there's a lady scream. He does the classic Paul Rudd. What's that noise?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I guess nothing's going on." So he just like walks away, and then he's walking, looking for toppings for his ice cream.
Yep.
And the marshmallow bag starts making noise and shaking around. And then a little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man jumps out. Then he goes to like pet it, and it bites his finger. And then there's little mini Stay Puft Marshmallows and a Roomba inside a grocery store, which kind of makes no sense. Like, why would they have a Roomba in a grocery store? And then they're like trying to fry each other on a grill, which again, why does the grill have gas inside a grocery store? But again,
you're overthinking it.
I am overthinking
because
but
you're overthinking those parts, and you don't ask yourself, why are there mini Stay Puft
Marshmallow? Why is there tiny marshmallow men?
Now, I want to talk about this because I feel like
supposedly they're going to be characters in the movie.
Oh, they're going to be. You know why? Yeah. Marketing, and I think they're
definitely selling toys. Like, and I know I'll be one of those guys that buys a little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man to have on his desk.
They're jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah. Baby Groot was the first one.
Yeah.
Then we got Baby Grogu. And now we're gonna baby.
What did you say, Baby Goo Goo? Is that what you said?
Grogu, right?
Grogu. I said Baby Goo Goo.
Goo Goo.
Baby Goo Goo.
But they're jumping on the bandwagon of taking something you remember in the 80s and making it baby miniature
mini versions.
I mean, it is kind of like a cheap way of doing. I mean, it's no brainer at this point.
The only thing that would make sense, like the thing I thought of is, okay, so you're gonna have tons of these little tiny ones, and then somehow they're all gonna combine to make one big Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You know what? I don't.
Like they're gonna mutate.
I feel like they're probably just gonna be mini because we don't want to rehash the first movie. Like I want. They're gonna give us something new. Like they're not going to give us. I think this is sort of like their way of giving it to us, but not going back.
Like a nod to the old movie.
Yeah, honestly,
I wouldn't be surprised if that was just an actual scene from the movie.
It could be a scene from the movie,
like before he actually joins the Ghostbusters, or as he's already in the Ghostbusters, and then like the evil or whatever gets out and starts spreading, and it's
supposed to come out when?
I want to say July.
No, it got moved. I think it comes out this holiday now.
Oh. It's weird because it's a Sony movie, so it's not like attached to a streaming thing.
No, it's coming to the theater. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it's not like it's going to be like, it's not going to be on HBO Max or anything.
No, I think it's coming out in November or December. It originally was supposed to come out in July.
Yes, it was supposed to come out in July. Actually, its initial release was supposed to be July 8th, 2020.
But that is going to be belonging to Black Widow now.
Yes.
July.
And they just announced just recently, as in hours ago, General Mills is launching Galactic Lucky Charms cereals and are bringing back Ghostbusters cereal.
And now when does the movie come out?
I don't know. Just that happened to be the first thing that popped up.
That's kind of cool.
November 11th, 2021.
Yeah. I feel like this holiday is going to be packed with these movies. Like we're going to be going to the movies like every week.
Yeah. Which I'll be fine with because it'd be so long since I've been to one. I'm going to just be ready to. I've talked to some people who've been to movies since this whole thing, like since they reopened. And they've said like it's actually nicer to go now because there's no one there. Like it's basically people have been like the only people there if you go during certain time frames.
Yeah.
You really have the theater to yourself basically.
Once I'm vaccinated, I'm fine to go to the movies.
Yeah.
You know? The only thing is wearing a mask if it's a long film for that.
Well, you can take it off when you're eating. So you like
I'm gonna wear my mask the whole time.
And if I'm the only person in the theater, like if it was like me and like two other people that I know, I'd probably be more apt to like not have my mask on.
If I'm vaccinated and there are a bunch of strangers, it's like a packed house.
Yeah, no,
Mask
then
is
that's
gonna
all.
stay
Yeah,
on.
mask
Yeah.
staying on. But if I'm like the only person there,
Yeah.
then mask off, baby. Show off
But
these pearly whites, and this clean shaven face. The skin's got to breathe, man. It's got to breathe.
gotta breathe. I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters. I think it'll be good. And then
Afterlife.
What else is on the docket before we go to?
I mean, there's not much else has been going on. It's been fairly quiet, actually. We haven't really gotten too many things.
E3 is happening, but it's going to be happening digitally this year, which is kind of cool.
Virtually now.
Virtual.
We do have a new comic show coming.
Yes, let's talk about that.
That's why I brought it up. It's called the transition, Brian. In the biz, we call it a transition.
Transition.
Yes, a transition, as the kids call it.
Transition away. What?
Our friend and your friend.
And your friend.
You people at home. Matt C. Ryan of Free Lunch Comics is putting on his own comic show.
The Flea Market comic show, he calls it.
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
May 2nd. It's a Sunday.
Okay, I'm glad you have the information in front of you because I don't.
I don't. It's all in my head because I'm going to be there. I will be vending. It's going to be outside.
May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Where?
At Free Lunch Studios, 2 Park Place in Granby.
Okay. So it's going to be out in the parking lot?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still looking for vendors or not. I don't even know how much it costs. I think $10 a $10 spot. I'll be there.
Yeah. So, an outdoor comic flea market.
It's going to be the first one. And then the big one.
Free Lunch Comics Day, which I think also is Free Comic Book Day.
Is it May 2nd?
Yes.
Whoa.
Usually around my birthday, or usually around my anniversary, I should say, is Free Comic Book Day. I actually got married on Free Comic Book Day.
Your birthday is far from it.
It's in September, yeah. But no, I got married on Free Comic Book Day. Yeah. That day was Free Comic Book Day when I got married. Matt Ryan came from Matt Sports Cards and Collectibles and came right to my wedding.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. So that that's awesome. I will be there selling comics.
I should be there as well, hopefully. I will have gotten my second shot by then.
I don't know. What shots are we getting? Are we getting the
We're getting the Pfizer. I'm getting the Pfizer.
Well, I'm going to the same.
You're going to the same place I am, then you're getting the Pfizer as well.
And Pfizer, I think, is 3
weeks.
3 weeks.
I get it. We should be getting it.
We won't have our second shot by then.
We'll get it the week after. We'll get it that week. It should be.
Yeah, it's outside, wearing the mask.
We'll be partially vaccinated, so we'll be good to go.
Yeah, we'll be partially safe.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as you're wearing a mask and you're outside.
I'm not going to be making out with anyone while I'm there, so I should be fine.
Yeah.
Except for you, maybe. But besides that, I should be fine.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a long while.
I think the last time we saw each other in person was.
Speaking of depressing things, like, because I was rapping. Unfortunately, we lost DX over the week. DMX.
Yes, we did.
It was very sad.
Up in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was crazy to hear about that.
You know, he's an interesting guy. There's an old video when he was he went to jail, I believe, for a while, and he
also lost all of his money for somehow.
He didn't know what Google was, so there was this great video where someone's showing him what Google is, and it's really good. Like, he gets so like, oh my god, and then like the guy's like showing you can just search things, and he didn't know any of this.
Wow,
it's a very interesting video. But yeah, DMX. I remember we sang DMX at Jimmy's one night.
We did
years ago. My voice killed the next day.
Yes, yeah.
It was the Up in Here song.
Up in Here.
That's all I remember.
We're gonna have a party up in here. Up in here.
Up in here. So Falcon.
Rest in power, DMX.
Rest in power. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Episode
4.
Oh my god. So
we are getting close to the end of this episode, this season or series, depending on how they decide to do this.
It goes by so quick.
Yes. Yeah. So after the episode where we got Zemo dancing, I don't know if you saw Marvel put out an hour-long video of just
I
Zemo
know.
dancing.
Yeah, he learned his moves from Spider-Man, like we said last week. He did.
Yeah.
This episode was awesome. Like, this was like one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, this was the episode. Let me tell
you. A lot happened, but I mean,
something happened.
So let's get into. I mean, the plot thickens a little bit here.
Yeah, it was great to see. Like, we started the episode in Wakanda, and we saw Bucky getting unbroken.
Oh, with the words, yes.
Yeah,
trying to break him from not falling back into
getting brainwashed. Yeah,
unbrainwashed.
Yes, as I said, unbroken. Yeah,
unwashing him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
And then we learned that Wakanda knows how to disarm him.
Get it?
Yeah. They do this weird thing, and it just.
Well, she's the person that I think helped Siri build the arm.
Yeah.
So she knows like the code to like disarm him.
It's a failsafe.
Yeah.
He gets out of line.
Take his arm off.
Take your arm off, baby.
Yeah.
That was interesting to see.
Yeah.
We
had the great one line from Bucky when Zemo is talking to Sam and him about the super soldier serum at the beginning of the episode. I thought that was quite awesome, where he's like, Nazis and Hydra and your friends the Avengers, and he's like, the Avengers, not the Nazis. So
yeah.
I thought that was really good.
I knew Zemo was either going to take off eventually, and he's not on their side, but he's using them just like they're using.
I think he's in for because I think that the way they're portraying Zemo in this is him and Sam and Bucky all have the same goal, kind of like they all want to get rid of the super soldier serum,
right?
So it's in Zemo's interest to stick around with these guys, because he knows if he doesn't, they're going to go after him and put him back in jail. So why not stick and help get rid of the super soldier serum, which he succeeds in getting rid of most of them.
And then he pulls an El Chapo. He pulls an El Chapo, and he goes down the toilet. Tub.
Yeah.
The tub. So we did predict that the new Captain America, John Walker would want to have the serum because he feels almost like inadequate. His ego has landed, really. I mean, come on. This guy.
Well, he got his ass handed to him by the Wakandans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So even there's that poignant scene where he's like, and they weren't even super soldiers, and I got beat up.
Yeah.
It's like, what happens when I fight a super soldier?
Yeah.
So they don't actually show him taking the serum.
We don't even know if he took it yet.
Yes. But they do hint at it, like the way he was fighting and like the way he was able to like maneuver, that either he's really close to being that powerful.
I wasn't sure.
As a human, or he had taken the serum already.
I feel like they're going to show it to us if he takes it, because I feel, maybe you're right, because I thought the same thing, but I'm like, he has a serum, he puts it in his pocket, a lot of shit goes down, we don't see him take it, but I feel like in this show, they're going to show it, because he actually talks to his partner and says, would you take it? And he goes, hell yeah, I would. And he's grappling with, he's trying to like in his mind saying, should I? And I kind of feel like after what transpires,
it was great too, the fact that they did that parallel scene with him saying that, but then earlier in the episode, Zemo asks Sam,
yes,
like, would you, if it was offered to you, would you have taken it?
And he said no.
Sam like instantly is like, no, I don't.
Yeah, right.
Then Baron's like, I think that was Baron Zemo's like point of being like, okay, I can roll with this guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't,
it's showing the who should really have the shield,
yes,
and who currently has the shield.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. It was a good.
And I think that this coming
reflection.
episode is going to be the one where we get the Sam monologue or some kind of thing where Sam, because you know that now Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to have to go after Captain America to take the shield back.
Oh yeah,
That's what happens at the end of the episode.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's
So I
just
think
talk
we're going to
about
get the thing with Sam telling Bucky why he doesn't think he could be Captain America.
You keep saying that, but we know why. He said it multiple times.
Well, we know why, but he hasn't like actually verbalized it out to anybody about why he thinks he can't be Captain America.
I can tell you, he has said to him, even this episode, they talked about it, like he didn't feel that.
Well, he just says that he doesn't think that America would accept him.
Yeah,
but I don't think that he's ever like voiced, like he's set it up in ways where he's like, when he was talking to the girl about it, like, oh, you know, I understand your how you guys feel.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
he basically laid it out.
Basically like saying it without saying it. Like, I'm, you know, being an African American, I know how it feels to be how you guys feel and being ostracized and all this stuff, and
yeah,
how you're, you know. But I don't think he's never actually like voiced like, I don't think America could handle having a black Captain America. He's never like actually said that out loud, and I think that's what is going to come around sooner or later. Is going to have that. There's going to be that moment where he says that, and then Bucky's like, it's not going to matter.
Right. Well,
they're not looking at the person, or looking at the symbol.
After what happened,
yeah,
I feel like this could push him to be more apt to taking the shield.
Yeah.
Also, this shield,
redeem it from
because this shield has now turned into the Luke Skywalker lightsaber.
Yeah.
It has now done something it should have done. Like, the lightsaber has killed younglings in the past.
Yes. But Anakin's lightsaber, you mean?
Yeah, Anakin, but then it got passed
to Luke. Who then redeemed it. So the shield does except to get his hand cut off with it. So really didn't need to redeem it, really. But
well, whatever. That's just tradition. You always get your arm cut off. But I feel like now he does have to redeem the shield. The symbol needs to be redeemed somehow.
Yes.
Either it gets put back in a box and no one touches it, or Sam does take it. I don't know what. I don't know what the outcome will be.
It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out.
So
that end scene was brutal. Like,
okay, so I
felt like someone had like stomped on my chest,
right?
And like I felt like, I don't know. I've watched videos of other people doing reaction videos to that episode, and a lot of people have said the same thing. Like, it felt like someone had hurt me, had like punched me in the stomach. Like, it was like that kind of like, Captain America doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not Captain America.
My whole body was tingling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my jaw dropped and I went, holy fuck. Like, I was just like, I was shocked. I was really shocked by that ending. And, you know, obviously his partner gets killed. I'm assuming he's dead.
We think he gets killed, or at least gets like
he wasn't breathing. And there's no help on the way. So he goes after them, but it wasn't the girl's part. It was the girl who knocked him on his ass.
But the guy that was involved, he just went after.
And now, to go back in the beginning of the episode, he tells her how he looked up to Captain America as a kid.
Yeah.
And then that person is now going to kill you.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But I mean, you could also say this really is a reflection on what's happening in our society today.
Well, that's the thing with the episode. I think that's the very poignant thing about this series, is that it's not like WandaVision where it's focusing on one person's issues and everything. This one's like turning the mirror to the people watching and being like, this is what's going on right now. It's like, I know you don't like talk about it. We don't talk about it. It just kind of just happens. Like, the thing in Minnesota happened. The thing in Virginia just happened. we don't talk about it. It's that was somewhere else. Didn't happen here, kind of thing. Like it wouldn't happen here. None of us would ever have that happen.
But he killed this guy.
But
it was like in a different country too.
Symbol of America.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to anyone else, killed an innocent person in public sight.
Oh, and he's done. I mean, everybody's filming it.
Yeah. It's
so
a pure nightmare, is what it is.
Oh God, yeah, and but it for me, it really reminded me of last year with George Floyd and the cop. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's like it was very like it was shot in a way that was very visceral. Like it was meant to get that reaction. You had that scene at the end where he picks the shield up and it's shot from a low angle, like a hero shot is what we call it in the biz.
Yeah.
But it's like not a hero because like that symbol now has like covered in blood and it's like dripping off the shield.
Yeah, for Disney Plus, I was just like, wow. And they didn't have to go graphic.
No.
I liked how it was subtle, but I got the impact.
Yeah, you understand what's going on. He's decapitating the guy with the shield, basically.
Right. It's funny because I always think about the day I stopped watching The Walking Dead is when they had to literally show a man beat up someone with a baseball bat for it felt like forever, and how grotesque and gross it was, and they got a lot of flack for that. And I know they did it in the comic, but sometimes you don't need to go that far because I think
it was just for me. It wasn't even that part. I think it was after that for me for Walking Dead. But
I stopped watching Walking Dead after that episode. But I'm just saying, here is the opposite. Less is more.
Yeah,
I got the impact. You didn't need to show it.
Well, it's like it's like a comic book. It happens outside the frame, basically.
Yeah.
But you like know what's happening. You don't have to show it.
Yeah.
Because you understand what's going on. You see the arm like flailing on the ground. So I mean, you kind of
you saw the blood all on the shield.
Yeah. So,
but man, we all hate Walker. Everybody hates him. I mean, he's a great actor because he's doing what
I think I'm right about the Sharon Carter thing.
What?
For her being the
power broker.
Power broker.
I don't.
They did a lot of stuff with her this past episode where she's like walking around. She's got like an army of guys just hanging out.
You know what she says?
At the table.
He went apeshit when he found out. Well, how would you know?
How would you know? Unless you're the power broker.
And then she's like, "Don't let it,"
because
don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
And she's like saying things.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, and she's at the table and she has a tracking device and everything on. Yeah. Knows where everyone is and everything.
Why? Who is she tracking?
She's tracking Captain America.
Why would she have that?
Because she could track the shield.
Exactly. But because she's the power broker. It's got to be.
See, you were telling me I wasn't true. You're telling me I wasn't right, but I don't know. It was just very, very comic book-esque. Unless they come up with some way of like she's like his side or henchman or something, or lead henchman person. Then that's like the only thing that could make a difference. Or if someone else is the power broker.
I feel like she is.
Kind of thing. But I think it's too obvious now that it's probably her. There's only 2 episodes left, so. But supposedly they're introducing a new character this coming episode.
I was going to ask you I'm actually going to look that up because in our group chat, John was saying a big cameo, and I'm like, it's not again, people. Keep your expectations low.
I said it's 3D Man or Asbestos Lady.
Asbestos Lady?
Yeah. 2 of the worst Marvel comic book characters ever.
But didn't they say it's going to be someone we've never heard of?
Yeah.
So
an MCU character who has never been on screen before.
So it's not really a cameo. It's it's a cameo, I guess.
Yeah. It's gonna be Wonder Man.
Here we go. See, I think this is all another. Here we go. This is Sci-Fi Wire. The Falcon and Winter Soldier producer shoots down cameo theory.
That means that there isn't going to be one then.
Yeah. People are just making shit up again. Why can't we just enjoy the show? There doesn't need to be a goddamn cameo.
Just wait until the show comes out, and that there's one. It's not like it has to be.
You know what the big thing was? A lot of people were wondering if they were going to bring back Chadwick Boseman as like a CGI character, and they said no way.
No, God, no. Why would you do that?
They said they're not going there. I think that was another thing too that was being talked about. I mean, they even said they're not going to even recast the role.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problems with them recasting the role, actually, because I mean, in comic books, characters die and people take up the mantle.
Well, no, I mean, I think they're saying they're not going to just have a new actor and play the same character. They'll have
it has to be a new person to take over for.
Yes, but they're not going to be like, here's two different Beckys from Roseanne. They're not going to do that.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that.
I don't think there's going to be a big cameo, and if there's someone new, great. But I don't think it's going to be anything major. They're denying it. Everybody's saying no, nothing is happening. I think the big thing people were pushing was the Black Panther showing up. That's
because they have Wakandans, so now they assume that Black Panther will show up to.
Right. Anyway, people just enjoy the show, man. Doesn't always have to be something.
They have to always have a
Luke Skywalker moment. I mean,
not every show's gonna have a Luke Skywalker moment all the
time. If it did, it would lose its luster.
Sorry.
Anyway,
giant plane flying over the house.
This episode was awesome. Absolutely loved it. I love where it's going. I almost find this to be more compelling than WandaVision was. I mean, WandaVision was compelling in a different way.
Exactly. Different ways is what it's compelling. It's like it's
more
of a spy thriller than it is the emotional drama that WandaVision was.
I'm interested. We got 2 more weeks. We'll see where this goes. Do we see Zemo again? Is he gone?
He'll be there. He was there.
He took off though. Why would we see him though? Now that the vials have been broken, Zemo took off. Will we see him again in the series, or will we see him later?
He'll be back.
You think so?
Yeah.
I know he'll be back.
No, because that was after when he broke the vials. Captain America hit him with the shield, and after that is a scene where he's they're back at the hideout, and he's laying on the couch, and he asks Sam about the.
Yeah, but he took off.
Serum.
Remember, he went into the hole.
That was before that, though.
I thought he took off after that.
But I think they reconnected with him after that.
I don't think so. I thought he took off.
Oh, he goes down the sewer.
Yeah, he goes down the sewer.
And they go after.
We don't see him
That's
again.
right.
Yeah.
They'll reconnect with him. He's not just going to disappear.
Yeah, he might. You know what? Because he potentially might know who the power broker is. A part of me was like, is he the power broker? But
yeah, I don't think that he's a power broker.
He could be. He could. I don't know. He could reach out to Sharon Carter, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Walker be put in prison by the end of this? Like by the end of episode 2?
Either in prison or dead. One of the two.
I don't think they're gonna kill him because that would just. I mean, I think he's gonna go through. I think he's gonna be in prison. Or does he go into hiding?
I don't think he goes into hiding. At this point, I think it's too far in. That I think they're either gonna try to figure out a way to whitewash it and say he was fighting that person because they were a suspect of something, and
he's gonna try to spin it.
Yeah, they'll cover it. They'll try to cover it, but I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, everybody.
But even still, I think they could still be like, oh, there was a justified, manslaughter thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with
this. Just figure out how they all get this, where the next episodes go. How do we get to the end? What is the end? What is the finale of this story?
I don't know. I mean, we get action every episode, so
yeah.
I'm satisfied with whatever they give us. So I think Sam will take up the shield, or the shield will be put away for good. I don't know. I have a feeling
that by the end of the episode, by the end of the season, Sam will be Captain America. We got the red, white, and blue Falcon suit and everything.
That would be cool. That'd be real cool.
But we'll see. We're just going to find out how it all ends up.
Yeah, that was episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
2 remaining, and then we have Bad Batch after that. Star Wars Bad Batch.
Yeah, I'll try to watch that. I'll watch it.
You won't watch it.
I'll watch it.
It's okay. It's fine.
The Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
I'll watch it for the podcast. It will make me watch it.
Okay.
I'm watching Invincible.
Yeah, after how many weeks of me prodding you to watch it?
But I'm watching it, right?
I know, and in a timely manner, which is even more impressive.
I know. So don't be hating.
Oh, I'm gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
Haters go to hate. Hey, speaking of which, today is a great day to go for a walk. I didn't take one yesterday because I was so busy. But Mark, I've last week I walked every day except for Sunday. And
I took the weekend off.
I was doing 2 miles, like over 2 miles.
I'm averaging like 2 1/3.
Yeah, 2 1/4.
Yeah, around there. Anything above 2 is good in my in my head. That's what I'm telling myself. Anything above 2 is good.
Feels good.
Yes, I was like, oh, I'll just get like a mile in because I wasn't sure if I'd have time. I just kept walking.
Found
a new route.
Just kept walking.
Well, I tried a new route yesterday, and it's really nice. I like it. So.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, you posting it made me do a new route because I was doing the same old walk, which was about 1.5 miles. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm going around the whole
If Mark can walk
block.
2 miles. That's what I hear in my head every time someone posts something. Well, if Mark can walk 2 miles, I can walk.
You're being hard on yourself. That's not what. I'll tell you the truth. The truth is, I've been walking for the last couple of years since I worked in Longmeadow. I would have walked for lunch.
Yeah.
Being stuck at home, I don't walk to lunch anymore. I barely leave the house. But I'm like, I walk around the block, and that's a 20-minute walk. And I'm like, I'm getting unsatisfied by that. You know. And I see you saying, I see your posts that say, hey, I'm trying something different now because I'm getting bored with the same route. And I'm like, you know what? If Mark is taking that chance to do something different, I should do that too.
The reason why I changed a different route is because the other route had a lot of hills. And my legs were killing when I got back. And I'm like, I need to figure something that's not so hilly. And the street didn't have a sidewalk, so I was literally walking in the road.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, well, this isn't very safe. So I need to figure out something else.
I'm just saying, your post...
None of the other direction is any better. It's just a bike path, but at least it's a little bit wider than just the shoulder.
I'm just saying, it inspired me to do that, and that's why. And it was great last week. It was short weather. I was wearing shorts. Now I'm back.
Yeah, it was nice out. Yeah, now it's a little bit colder again.
Supposed to get snow on Friday.
That's the rumor.
A little bit. We might not get it. I think up in higher elevations are going to get snow. So probably won't be walking Friday. So I got to get my walk in today, baby.
Yeah, I was going to try to get one in before, but we'll see.
Yeah,
if I have time before I have to go get my shot.
Shots.
Everybody.
All right, everybody, like us on Facebook.
Vaccinated.
Subscribe to us on iTunes and follow us on the old Twitter, Geekonomics. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah. They're saying Thursday, Friday rain now.
Yeah.
So
get those walks in today, baby.
Those walks in, kids. While the sun's out and the sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, buns out.
Gonna get your shot.
Buns out.
Everybody, have a good week. We'll see y'all. Goodbye.